Where did I put the... Hey, BIOS. Alright. Think we're good. Okay. Hold on. I'm not set up yet, actually. Hey, Ninja-san. Oh, there it is. I was trying to... Hey, Dark Bess. She's just hanging out upstairs. She was asleep the whole day. I'm trying to find my list of all the team critiques. There we go. Alright, hey Krosha, and Cash, and Basir, and Nevermind, and Birdie. Is Mars good? Hey Mikerow. Mars is good after 10 stars, but don't assume that he's gonna be amazing. He's not like... He's not... it's hard to say. He's strong. Let's just say that. He's quite strong. But don't look at him as a really, like, useful carry type of hero. Hi Ryan and Andrew. Alright, let me just put this up here. Okay, there we go. Can you submit your alt? Yeah, oh, well, Did you submit last time? I don't think you did, actually. So, yeah, if you didn't submit 2 weeks ago, you're free to submit this time. Did I say? Oh, no, you did. Then I would prefer you don't, actually. I see your name here. Oh, my God. I forgot to set up the UPS. It's charging behind me still. I meant to do it, but I didn't have time today because... Hi, Glenn and Paratosh. Alright, let's see here. Where do we start? We start at... I guess I start with Rygai. Okay, we'll start with Rygai. Hi, Anonymous. Alright, let me set up here. This is this. This is this. Yeah, Mikerow, go ahead and submit. Hi, Eve. Okay, there we go. A certain somebody was complaining that it had been 10 minutes and I hadn't started yet, so I just hurried up and started the stream, but I actually haven't set up all the windows. Is this an Olivia hat? Okay, so this is actually Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service. So a little bit different, but... There we go. This one? This one? No, why is it always... Oh well, whatever. We'll go with this. Hi, Efree. Is it gonna be busy? Okay, well, we will handle it as we handle it. All right. Oh, actually, before we start, I wanted to do one thing. Not that one. I wanted to do before we start. So when you collect everything and you buy exactly 15 fish lanterns, it puts you right here. Exactly at 1,500 points for the diamond key. So this is the best. Kurt with attack rune and rag is higher damage. So that is the goal. You spend exactly 1,500 gems on this, and it gets you up to the diamond key. Yeah, Vibin, it's open. So that was the goal. Okay, Google, set a timer for 19 minutes and 45 seconds. Why would you open the diamond key now? Why wouldn't you wait it for... Why wouldn't you wait for cleric or mage? Those are the only 2 diamond keys worth pulling for. Nothing else is worth it. At all. Okay. Alright, let's get back to this. Where did I put this? Here is my team list. Alright. So we're going to start with Rygai. And Rygai said he has copies for Azathoth, May, Kurt, and Phoenix. The answer is pretty much always Kurt. Although you don't have Skuld yet. You don't have Skuld yet. That is a problem. So Kurt is actually going to hurt on your team. He's good, but he may not be as big as you want him to. You probably would want Azathoth then. More as a disabler for their team. Minato, yeah, you're right. You're okay for this week. So I'm gonna say Azathoth. How did you get the diamond key? Have you been logging in? I have done absolutely nothing but log in every day. They give you 3 of fish and 2 flowers every day, and they give you a whole bunch of these every day. Not every day, every other day. I have not bought anything. I did not buy the weekly package. I didn't buy any of these packages. You do not need to buy anything to reach 1,500 points. Why is the bar stuck down here? They messed up. And all you gotta do is spend 1,500 gems and you're there. If you didn't get it, then you forgot to click on some of your logins, because you didn't need to do anything aside from... Oh, I don't have it because I did it on my... Oh, no. You didn't need to do anything than collect 7 of these. Second Kurt or first Valk? I would go for the second Kurt. Alright, so... I think Azathoth here, and then as a team... I'm going to give it an 8 because I think it'll beat really weak teams with Skuld, but it's going to lose to pretty much any good team with Skuld. Anonymous, if Freya is slower than Skuld, she's going to be slower than a lot of heroes. Moon to buy 2 bales? You can. Bale is worth it. Nathan, I mean, I forgot to set up the UPS itself, but I have it. It's ready. I basically just had to go out and buy it on Monday, so I couldn't come back and stream in time. Okay, where the heck is this? Okay, we'll put this over here. Alright, we'll leave this here for now. I have too many windows on the screen. Okay. So we're opening Paratosh now. What? How do you need help with this team? How do you need help with this team? This is... There's no way for you to get better than this that's in a way that beats everybody. Like, there are counters to everything. And yes, you can be countered by someone with more burst. Pretty much the only thing you add to it is a Themis or a Bale. Azathoth, I'd replace Phoenix. Phoenix or Valk. You have more than enough burst to handle everything else. Or more than enough defense. You get your second copy of Bale tomorrow. It's only your second, huh? Alright, so we'll move on to Albert. Wait, didn't Albert submit? I feel like I saw Albert's team before. Or I feel like I saw his name before. No, he didn't submit last time. Is Lore better than Valk for an endgame burst team? They do different things. Lore makes your burst come first, and if you can kill them with that, that's enough. But if not, then Valk weakens their burst. So if you know that it's going to be a slugfest, Valkyrie is a little bit better defensively. Hi, Georgie. But Lore is better offensively. Okay. L, you've been looking at them. Anything with skulls. And a tank. Phoenix, Veg, Lore, Valk, any of those people. As long as you've got Skuld, the rest of the team is not as important as you think. Alright, so this team is... So I've seen people that put Veg in second place here, or in the back. Because I feel like Verthandi does a better job tanking than Veg. I guess that's one of those things that you just gotta try and see what works best. But I feel like you've got a lot of different... I feel like there's different variations of that. Hey, Dinkerr. So this is not gonna be there is one better solution for you, but there are many variations that you can try out and see what you like better. If I were to rate this team... 8.5? I feel like 8.5 is the max that a team can get without burst. Basically without Kurt, Bale, Themis. As soon as you don't have any of those three, you kind of are at the mercy of the people that do. The weekly card. So the weekly card gives you an extra 3 tries, I think. Which means it's possible, but you're banking on a lot of luck. Foddering Luna is okay, yes. Nathan, Chessia actually only became amazing recently. Her energy... Also, remember, her energy denial did not exist until the last few months or so when she got buffed. And then this was obviously before T4 happened, so a lot of things changed back then. So back then, Chessia wasn't even that good. That's just how it goes. Alright, so we'll give Albert an 8.5 and we'll say mess around with your placing, but you really need some burst damage. Alright, next is Ragnarok. Ragnarok did not submit last time. Van, you know, I think it's hard for them to make it... I think it's hard for them to make it change every time. You never lose to a Chessia team. You haven't fought a good one. There are a few really good Chessia teams out there that all have amazing potential. Mine needs some work. The crit rates? The crit rates were about 50% for ×2 and about 20% for ×4. I don't want to say those numbers because they're not listed in the game and they're basically guesses. Okay, wait, what am I looking at? Alright, Ragnarok did not include a team. Alright, so Ragnarok loses a point for not including a team. I guess this is his team. And I guess the order doesn't matter too much. Chessia needs to be on a team that's built around denial. You either build her into a team with full sustain or full denial or something with that. Chessia was amazing for bosses. For Friends Boss, she was Friends Boss, Guild Boss, she was amazing. But that was it. She wasn't a super strong PvE hero or PvP hero, and I just kind of built her because I had extras. At that time, I had enough 10 stars that I was just building extra ones for fun. And so I just went for her because I didn't have extra Phoenixes, extra Scolds, extra Mars, all that good stuff. I couldn't build those back then. So yeah, Dinkerr says Chessia came up with all the extra buffs. So because she's so squishy, she has always needed Scold. But now as burst gets higher and also defense gets higher, when you stack Scold's defense, Viv's defense, a whole bunch of crowd control with like Mars, Freya, Veg, you can keep Chessia alive a lot easier. So really, if you watch a good Chessia team, she'll sit there and fire like 6 times and completely blow you up. But if you're looking for a hit like Kurt where you see them fire once and the whole team melts, that's not Chessia. She doesn't do that. Alright, so this team, I guess, gets an 8.5, the same as Albert, but dropped to a 7.5 because he didn't include his team. Mulan Chessia is an interesting combination because now that Chessia got changed, she denies them energy from when they get hit, and also Hadrogenis, and also they don't get energy from hitting Mulan. So yeah, Chessia is like Aegina. The longer she lives, the stronger she is. And it's getting very easy to keep them alive longer and longer. Okay. Goosey, who gave me a whole bunch of pictures that I don't need. Yikes. Alright, positioning, and should you build Monkey King? You do not need Monkey King. Monkey King is one of those that's best to be built early, but once you've already moved into a team of near full T4s or full T4s, you'd rather focus on the stronger meta heroes. Why isn't Aegina viable? Aegina is just as viable as Chessia. And BIOS, I guess I skip you until you come back? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Chessia is not high tier, and neither is Aegina. But Aegina is definitely better for PvE because if she fires once, she still does ridiculous damage, whereas Chessia needs to stay alive a lot of times and fire like 4 times in a round or 4 times in a game in order to do big damage. So Aegina is simpler. Let's just say simpler to use. Goosey, I hope you have the final copies of Scold. I don't know if you have them or not, but I hope you're not doing anything until this Scold is... Hey, Cade. Anonymous, I'm telling you, you've never fought the top-end Chessia teams. And I don't have one, so... My team is like a high-end Chessia team, but it's not top-end. Suggestions would be to dump a Gina, ideally for Valkyrie. That would be instant improvement. Everything else is okay. Freya is... She's not as viable at the top end, but once you replace Aegina with Valkyrie, this is a very, very solid 9.5 team. So we're going to give this a 9 because the Skuld is lower star, but you're in the right direction. And knowing that Skuld will be your next T4, this is a solid 9.5 team. No, actually it stays 9. It stays 9 because you've got Aegina, Freya. They are weaknesses. Kozor, I believe that varies by the hero. Some of them count the allies, some of them don't. That one I think is a hero by hero bonus. Nathan, he's only got... Whoa, I see what you mean. 9.5 is any burst team with solid support and full top-end heroes. Phoenix, 2 Viviennes, Azathoth, Skuld, Chesia. That sounds impossible to beat unless you've got a bunch of Ragnaroks. If you don't have 2 burst heroes with Ragnaroks, you might not be able to stop that. Alright. Letigi. Okay, Letigi did not submit last time. You don't think PM gets a 9.5? PM, this is his team. This is a ridiculously strong team. Even Kurt Themis doesn't stop this all the time. This team is enough to compete at the highest level. This is enough. So, no, this is perfectly fine as a 9.5. Unless we take away points for the screenshot being washed out, but no, we don't need to do that. Like, Azathoth alone doesn't stop it. You need Ragnaroks, because he is stacking so much defense. Like, the moment that they have Vivienne and Skuld, you need Ragnaroks. Hexen, you probably still can. And I'm not saying that Anonymous is a bad player. It's just that his own experience with top-end teams is not enough. See, Darkness, the one thing you gotta realize is that with all of his defensive buffs, they're losing power to Lorelei, they're losing power to Valkyrie, they're losing crit defense to Veg Visir, plus a lot of crowd control that they don't have. That team has 0 crowd control except for Kurt. Oh no, Veg, I see. I missed Veg. If that guy... So PM's Kurt is guaranteed to fire first. Remember that. And if he fires first and he takes out a couple of heroes, it's still an easy win. It's not guaranteed, but... Again, remember we're in rock, paper, scissors. For every team you post, I can post a team that can beat it. It's not the right way to look at it. It's once you are competitive in the inner circle of the top level, that's it. 9.5 is good enough. Alright, so back to where I was. What was I looking at? I was looking at Litigi's, which I didn't post yet. Okay, well, this is a flex. I don't understand why you even do this, so we're just going to give Letigi a 9.5 and move on. I don't understand why he's asking why his team is in this. Hey, Arnaldo. Oops. That was my timer for gold keys. Let me go hit my gold keys. Let me... I hate having to do it on 2 different accounts. Luan, unfortunately, I don't speak Portuguese. The only way that Portuguese subtitles get added is if somebody else translated them for me. So there is no way for me to add those subtitles to my stream. 2 Kurtz is not a 10. So everything I hear is that 2 Kurtz is actually squishier than you would like. Hey, Gum. Alright, so this is Azeroth. Who didn't ask... Oh, wait. Who should you make next? Valkyrie or Kurt? 2 heroes in Moonshop and or Battle Pass. Supposedly 2 Kurtz is very squishy. Who do you make next? I mean... Kurt is always the answer. If you don't have a Kurt, Kurt is always the answer. If you can't make Kurt, Bale is fine. Bale will work, but not as good as a Kurt. Okay, now we can... Wait, hold on. I keep forgetting that auto-clicking is so annoying with this. Okay, here we go. Okay, 29 mascot. Oh, hey, thanks, Drogenis. I can do 29. All right, so Kurt or Bale is your next answer. If not, I mean, Vegasier functions, but is more of a sidestep rather than an upgrade. 80 purple in a week. You probably just bought a lot from the shop. It's not normal from idling rates, because your idle rates is like 3 to 4 million a day. So to get more than that, you just bought a lot. So we'll give this team a 9. I think Themis doesn't stand up to Kurt. Backline Kurt with Oracle. Oh, that's an idea. I have an Oracle, but I don't have 2 Kurtz. Alright, so yeah. Go Bale or go Kurt. Gum, it's RNG. So you have 22 tries. You have roughly a 50% chance of getting 2 per try if you go the safe way, which means most people, probably 80% of the people that go solely Freya can get the free Heaven and Hell. Or I mean the free non-Heaven and Hell, sorry. But it's Mr. Devil, we don't know the upcoming hero. We know that one is coming, but we don't know anything. They haven't announced anything. Alright, so Azeroth with a 9. We'll go with Mikerow. Alright, well, this is a 9.5. But he asked... Make Bale next. Moonstone. Mixing veg and Verth is a very... It's a very rough thing. I don't think one is always better. I think it depends on the opponent. I don't like it as much. I feel like Verthandi is a stronger support. Is Yig? Yig is just really random. Yig is not someone that you want to rely on. So I don't have enough experience with this. Now on my alt I have Verthandi T4 and she is actually pretty good. But I can't imagine using her over Verthandi. I prefer Veg as tank because he comes out with 100% crit rate with no effort. Low healing. There's nothing you can do about that. That's what the realm of burst is. You either kill them in 4 turns or you die in 4 turns. That's basically what it comes. Oh, he's already there. Haha, I wrote his team twice. Okay. Hi Thomas. So if you want to live faster than more than 4 turns, then you need sustain. You need Valkyrie, you need Lorelei, you need Vivienne, you need Watchman, something like that. This is it. The realm, the era of Kurt is you win or you lose in 4 turns. And if you have Bale, sometimes it's 2 to 3 turns. There's really not much you can do about that. T3 Arwen. I'm really excited to make Arwen, actually. Alright. Yeah. Once you have Skulled Kurt, it's like whatever. If you put in Bale, I'd replace Verthandi. Hi, Rashad. I'm iffy on using triple burst on one team. I'm really iffy on that. I feel like it's not reliable enough. But, I don't know. Once I have Themis, I'll play with it. Oh god, Caleb, I don't even know how to rate honor. My own honor I would rate poorly at that point. I don't know. You gotta try it. It really depends on your opponents. I don't have personal experience using or fighting triple burst teams. Is Themis tank a thing? Themis tank can be a thing, but that functions better with like Vivienne or Watchman to make her stronger. Gum, Vegvasir gains 10% crit rate every time he gets hit, and he gets hit 6 times a turn. So he's gonna sit there at 100% crit rate like every single turn. It's a thing. Alright, next is Thought Destroyer. 7 of 9 for Valk, 9 of 9 for Viv. Valkyrie is actually becoming lower priority. So Marquito and a few other people have said that pretty much only Heaven and Hell are worth Moonstones. And I haven't quite hit that level of criteria yet. I still think that Kurt is worth it. So Kurt and Heaven and Hell and maybe Phoenix, maybe Valkyrie. I'm iffy on those two. So reducing crit is ruining Kurt, huh? Huh, that's something to think about. Does that hurt when they throw in, when a team has Dro? And I guess the difference is that you don't really see Veg Valk as much at the top end either. Lore Moonstones, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The reasoning for the thinking is that all of these can be obtained through converts. You can convert Valk, you can convert Phoenix Kurt, you can convert Lorelei. You cannot convert a Themis, a Bale. 6 Monkey King be deadly? Oh my god, Azathoth would ruin that team so badly. Azathoth and Vivienne, and you're done. Azathoth wipes out all of your revives. Just remember that. The front team, you lose you lose all the power on the front, and then Vivienne just heals up all the counter damage. So basically you're relying on the Petrify to save you, and that's only the back line. I think Vivienne Azathoth just ruins that team before having anything else. Angel, it's getting iffy. We're already up to 32 submissions, and that's sort of in the range of I may not get to it. Tank Scold and 5 Themis. I don't like it. Themis is too random. How come Azathoth doesn't cancel Themis Revive? Themis's Revive is not treated the same way as everyone else's Revive. It's not treated as healing. So Skuld's Revive and Themis's Revive don't count as healing. Does Vivienne cancel the Mark? No, I don't think so. Does Azathoth count as proper support? Yes. Alright, so I would say just build Vivienne with this team, Willie. I think you're fine. I don't think that you need to prioritize Valkyrie all that much. Alright, and yeah, he did post a team. Oh, Veg backline. Alright, alright. I'm going to give it a 9.25 because it's got Freya. So the moment that you have Kurt, Skuld, and top-end support all around, it's 9.5. It's good enough to compete, but he's got Freya, so we'll count that. I think it's easy enough to talk about six Azathoths. I'd really love to see it. Viv or Veg? I don't think you go wrong with either of those. Do whichever one makes you feel better. Your team is amazing as it is. Neither one is going to help you in 100% of circumstances, so build whichever one you think will help with specific opponents. So this is Collar. Ziggy, there is no such thing as a 10 right now. There is no team that is unbeatable all the time. Would I T4 Kurt or Lorelei first? If I have Skuld, then Kurt. If not, then Lorelei. Huh. Huh. This... So if Yig succeeds at keeping Aegina alive, it does okay. 5 Veg and Skuld? Doesn't Azathoth hurt that team? Maybe not. That team would be annoying, but Vedraseer doesn't actually do amazing damage. And if you're going to build him to do amazing damage, he's not going to survive as long. 35? Okay, I'm cutting it off. I hope I can get to 35. Dinkerr, you submitted? Okay. Okay, he's finishing Phoenix. Who do you replace with Phoenix? Oh my god. I don't know that Phoenix helps this team. I don't think you've got the damage to make Phoenix shine. The first answer would be Aegina, but I'm not sure how good that team is gonna do. 6 Aeginas is so weak. It is so weak. You get 1 Kurt fire and all 6 are dead. I think you may struggle by putting Phoenix on this team. Your sustain is good. Your damage is okay. I think you need to build both. You need to build both Valk and Freya for actually damage rather than speed, and then the team can work. Alright, so this team, oh god. I'm going to give it an 8.5. I don't feel like it's better than a generic Unity level team. Phoenix over Yig, that also works. I guess, but if he has Yig, he's playing, or if Yig is making you happy with the way that he's ruining their teams, with the way that he disrupts with taunt, keep him, but he's too random. So if you like Yig, you can replace Aegina. If you're not satisfied with Yig, replace Yig. I think because he's got Verthandi, I don't know. Verthandi is too good as damage support. Nathan, remember that this guy's got Skuld. He's got Skuld, he's got Valkyrie. These are really good teams. Like, by the point that you have these two, you are significantly better than the average team, which is probably something with Medusas and Lunas. Alright, so we'll go with BIOS now. Because with Lorelei, I'd give it an 8? No. Actually, you're right. We'll drop him to an 8. It's not as strong as it could be. Hello, Asu. Runes for all of those depends on your artifact. You either use speed on Lore or you build her for attack, and then you use attack. No, okay, no Ragnarok. Then you use Death Break on Lore. No, sorry. Death Break on Kurt, Death Break on Valk, and then Lore is either speed or attack, or Death Break. Alright, so BIOS gets his 9.5. My favorite hero is Olivia, because she is amazing. Alright, so let's see. Replacing Themis for Lorelei soon. You want to set it up because you only have one Gaia Bolga. Trying to get good win rates. I don't see why you wouldn't have great win rates with that. The only thing that you can change is that if you build Themis with the Gaia Bolga, you can change Kurt to speed. Just change his rune to speed and try to go faster with that. Secondary to Rag is Gaia Bolga. That's it. And anything lower than Gaia Bolga is significantly weaker. I don't remember who those teams are. I don't even fight. Oh wait, I can beat Man of War actually. Energy Themis? If you choose Energy Themis, then you keep Kurt with the Gaia Bolga and you're relying on him to get the kills. I like that route a little bit better. But I still think Energy Themis is really random. Because if you don't land weakness, she's not going to do enough damage on her first shot to be amazing. And she may not get a second chance with the way burst goes. I don't remember what Manowar and... I think Speed Kurt is to go before their Kurt. That's really the major issue. So even if you both have Loreleis, having Speed Kurt means that you go first on offense, and now, or on defense even, and it means that you now have a chance to silence their Kurt with your Kurt. It's basically tilting the RNG into your favor a little bit. Angel, the only counters are Ragnarok and Azathoth. That's it. If you don't have either of those, you're basically screwed. Vivienne's pretty amazing. Martin is not a good choice for T4. No. Speed Valk losing in mirror match. Ragnarok could be the entire difference. Speed Lorelei is huge. Remember that if they have the skin and that means that you lose on offense and defense. That's pretty big alone. Just by saying mirror match is not enough. You gotta know who's built for what speed. Like, if they have full speed Lorelei, you're in trouble. If they have speed Lorelei with skin, you're in trouble. And if they have Ragnarok, you're in trouble. Thanks, guys. I've been sneezing a lot lately. Ugh, really annoying. Alright. It's like not even spring allergies. I'm not outside. It's very annoying. BIOS, let's keep it simple. But, I mean, you get the idea. Everything depends on the opponents. And also... like, I don't want to look at all of the opponents to find out how fast does Speed Lorelei get? I believe she gets to 1544. Oh god. Oh god, what am I looking at? By the way, I hope everybody's noticing this big with this red message, by the way. I haven't seen a single comment on it, but this is very important. I have not seen a single person question what this is all about. Oops, it's behind that. And I'm a little bit worried, but I guess I'll tag everybody on Discord instead. You beat 194. Man, I just want to beat a 180. Alright, so this team is really, really bad. Okay, the heroes are fine. Azathoth with the next event. You can't get Azathoth without going full Skuld. I imagine that it's gonna depend on your luck. Like, you could spend anywhere from $20 to $100 for that Azathoth. I have no idea how your luck will go. Alright, so this team, the heroes are fine-ish. The decisions are terrible. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7, but then I'm gonna take away 3 points for this nonsense right here. So we're gonna give him a 4. The familiar. Oh god, he's got the worst familiar. It's not good because by having this, you're fighting against other people with 2 full T4s. And none of these 3 heroes will hold a candle to their actual T4s. Angel, you either get an undead that can survive, so I'm hoping they're going to bring either a big tank or a big support. I don't want another squishy assassin wanderer mage. I don't want one of those. We need either a tank or support from undead, otherwise like it's going to stay the worst faction. Yeah, Verthandi will wreck this team. Verthandi and... See, remember, you're fighting 2 full T4s. If they have Verthandi Detlaf, you're done. So, poor decisions have been made. Oh, wait. He changed Shud and Verthandi for Kurt and Valk. Nah, it doesn't really help. Alright, next is Vibin. As far as his decisions, he needs to finish Lore, then Phoenix, then Skuld, and just go with that. See where you go from there. Alright. Oh, Lore Tank. Undead Damage Cleric? You mean like a stronger Hester? No, they don't need damage. They really don't need damage. Does Viv counter Det? If Detlaf knows that he's fighting Vivienne and is using a cleric artifact or a Duff Break artifact or something else, Detlaf straight up one-shots Vivienne. So no. As a single T4, no. But if you're talking about on a full team, then the counter to Detlaf is Skuld. Det Freya as first 2 T4s. It's strong, but you really would like to have a tank. Oh, shoot. This Val... No, wait, no. That's okay. Actually, this is fine. Fotis, if you don't think you can focus on the new Undead, or if you don't want to take the risk, you should just pull Bale. Nobody knows how good the Undead will be. We don't know what it is. So, it depends how much you want to gamble. Minato, he does not. Nobody kills through Alliance T4s. Or Alliance T3. They do 1 damage. But it doesn't matter because Vivienne won't do any damage to him. And then he'll get energy and he'll just one-shot her again in 2 turns. 3 turns. Val, it says 20, but it really was only 8. Alright, so. Wait, what did Vibin say? Lore Tank. No, Lore Tank is fine. Trial Dodge Ripper Tank built around Wolf Rider is fine. It's pretty strong. Mulan is also a good option, but Vandet, no, there are people chatting. You've got Skuld. I'm gonna give this a 9. I don't think Watchman is trash. Watchman just needs a lot of help. Actually, I think I'm gonna drop his tier on the tier list. I'm going to drop him. I'll keep Ultima in A, but I think I'm going to drop Watchman. He just needs too much help. Oh, you've got a Watchman. Okay, you lose a point for that. Wait, no. Yeah, well, I was gonna make Watchman and Yig immune to the minus points, but this Watchman's T2. Vandette, I thought I did. Letigi Valkyrie is a better support than Lorelei in a lot of cases. Watchman needs work. You can't just throw him in a team. Hey, Atnebs. Themis or Bale? Bale is better. Bale is more reliable. Det Veg is pretty good. Arwen, I think, belongs in A. I think once we learn how to use her, I think she's going to be really solid. I put her in the bottom of A, I think. But I think she can be useful. Not amazing, but has potential. Etnebs, I would really rather you not do in-depth team questions during team critique. Alright, this is Dark Necro Fear. Arwen needs sustain. That's the answer. Wow, what a choice of your first T4. Why? Happy Verthandi is a damage tank. Azathoth is pure support. Vibin, you lose points for the Watchman, having Watchman at T2. I don't like this team. I really don't like this team. I don't feel like this is the right choice. I mean, Verthandi is amazing. Well, no, this is his team. I don't like this choice. Verthandi was great, but Veg does not add to it. Veg does not make it a better team. But Hexen, the problem is that once you've got a second one, you're fighting other people that also have a second one. And if their second one is better than your second one, which is the case in this team because his second one is not a strong damage dealer. Asu, stop inventing that. He hasn't actually done it yet. Yeah, now he has to finish Veg. So now it's like, well, he can choose not to, I guess. But then that's even more minus points. I think you guys fail to realize that a hero needs to be level 100 to be taken to 9 stars. Nathan, I don't think Saizo is fodder. Saizo is still the second best Void boss hero. I don't think I've ever said Saizo is fodder. I also don't even say Drow is fodder. I don't know what to do with this team. 7.5? No, these achievements are easy early. They're easy early on. They're really hard later. But early on, this is fine. Verthandi can 1v1 most people hero. Most people anyway. Do I just give it like a 7.5? 7? I'll give it a 7. And by doing this, he's probably just trying to hide his VIP. But whatever. I'm not that impressed by this anyway. Caleb, I want to. But I can't. Letigi, I'm using Veg, Valk, Kurt, Bale as a Skuld. That's what I'm using. Yeah, so Vibin, all of the 9-star fodders you invested into that Watchman could have been used into making somebody else T4, like the... Who are you working on? Valkyrie? Yeah, Valkyrie. Now, when you get that last copy of Valkyrie, you gotta wait for a whole new 9-star fodder. It just slows you down a lot. And when everybody is working on the same timeline, dropping yourself 2 weeks for poor decisions, it hurts a lot. Alright, next is going to be Krusty, who did not give me a team and asked me to build a team. That costs you a point. What the heck? Hey, Andrea. This is a 9.5 team. Phoenix, Valk, Kurt, Azathoth, Skuld, Lore is a 9.5 team. Although his... Oh my god. Oh my god. His Kurt is T4 at level 154? Okay, so until you finish Kurt, you gotta use Freya. And if you're gonna use the top 6, then this is no longer a 9.5 team, it's an 8.5 team. Man. You're going to Japan. Nice. Wait, you're in what? Singapore, was it? No. But you're over there, so it's easy. For me, for me, Japan is a 16-hour flight. Not only will he fire last, he'll die first. Okay, so he used Freya. So in using the top 6... Yeah, Letigi, a lot of people change their teams around. I said Japan. I corrected myself. But maybe Kurt flies for 16 hours at a time, too. Alright, this was... Who is this? This is Krusty. So that team would be a... I think an 8.5. And then we take away a point because I had to make the team. So we'll say 7.5. But yeah, so probably Phoenix, Valk, Freya, Lore, Skuld, Azathoth. You can mess around with the back line. It's not that important. I said Japan. I said Kurt, Japan. That was a thing. I did say that. How dare you people put words in my mouth. Alright, next is Kyoji. No, Minato. Next is Minato, who had to endure a ban for submitting like 3 times in a row. Hi, Andrewski. Minato. Okay. Huh. Okay. And he didn't buy a hero. Breeze, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. We're just gonna pretend I never said that one. Walnir skin. Okay. Let me see here. I would like to see this Reaper converted to Dettlaff. I guess that's step 1. Aside from that, I think this is actually a very strong team. What would we give it, an 8.5? I think 8.5 is probably pretty good. I think it does pretty good. So you finished Freya. Yeah, I would like to see this converted to Detlef. Asu, you gotta remember that I do not give or take away simp points. I do not. They do not factor into my scoring. Lorelei? No, I think Lorelei is fine. Because if you build Lorelei, you can build her for pure damage. You build her with a Death Break rune and a Ragnarok or a Gaia Bulga or a Star Prey, and she can do a lot of damage. Caleb, honestly, making 10 stars out of turn is... He probably had these early. I don't think you can fault people for that. Rag on Freya. Okay, so then I would rather keep energy on Freya and put Rag on Lore. Well, Vandat, the thing is that at this early point, Aegina is terrible. She doesn't work on this team. And honestly, she's not really PvP viable outside of super support. So now that Aegina is just... She's too squishy to use outside of a full team. Actually, with Vivienne, she is viable on this team, but I wouldn't recommend it. Reaper coming back if they buff a warrior? I don't think so, because Reaper can't get his damage buffs. He only gets them when people die. And a lot of times when you fight teams like this with burst, people don't die until the third, fourth team. And then as soon as one person dies, the whole team is dead. And then, like, I'm not saying this is the first time. I'm just saying in general, Aegina no longer is PvP viable. She hasn't been PvP viable for a long time, honestly. Possibly since T4. Drogenis, it's not enough. Using Reaper as a crowd control is a waste. If you're gonna have that crowd control, you'd rather have more support or damage. Alright, so yeah, this is not a bad team. Until they changed Aura. I feel like Detlef getting an amazing T4 kind of ruined her. Aura definitely hurt as well. But the T4 change was... So the T4 change was the beginning of the end, and losing Aura was the nail in the coffin. Happy Ruparelia, we don't know anything about the new hero. Alright. The anime skate? No, I haven't heard of that. I was using Aegina, wasn't I? Well, I was using Detlef first. I T4'd Detlef before I T4'd Aegina. And then I T4'd Aegina. Didn't I? I think I did I think I did Detlef first. Maybe not, actually. Maybe I just went with Aegina because she was better. Alright, this is Kyoji. Like, once we found out how annoying Detlef was early on. Minato 3 copies is on the edge. It's probably worth it. Was she? I guess she was. Didn't Kurt not exist at that time though? Pretty sure Kurt didn't exist back then. So that changed a lot too. Because I don't think Kurt came out after the T4 buff, after T4 was released. Was he? Because Muse's spreadsheet only counted after T4 was released, and he has Kurt in there. I thought Kurt came out after. Oh crap. I'm only at 17 of 35. I'm still on par. I'm okay. We'll give this an 8.5. Take it easy, Adrea. Kurt is next. Would Phoenix be a good one after that? Yes, and replace Detlef. At this point, Kurt came after T4s. The aura change came after that. Aura change came after Kurt, but Kurt came after T4s. So I definitely... Because I don't think we had Kurt at 10-star only. Otherwise, we would have seen teams with that instead of double Phoenix, double Mars, Skuld, Valk. So Aegina was better at the T4 point, but then the aura change slaughtered her, and then Kurt really knocked her out. So I guess Kurt was the final nail in the coffin for Aegina. Once we discovered what the top end burst looked like, and seeing people that could one-shot entire teams, that was the death of all squishy heroes completely. I think Kurt was single-handedly obsoleted Aegina, Chesia, Detlef, a lot of heroes. Man. Alright, so Kurt next, then if you're gonna make Phoenix, replace Detlef. Alright, moving on. Alright, this is... Wait. Vale, did you submit... Wait! No, Manish. Manish is not Paratosh. Hey, Adrian. I streamed yesterday. When people doubted Kurt. I think my problem with Kurt is that he's so ugly. Nobody liked him because he was so ugly. Alright, this is an 8.5 team. It's actually, it's fine. It's a great team. 7 copies of... Oh, wait. Oh, no, it doesn't have Skuld. Never mind. Alright, 7.5. I didn't notice no Skuld. Also, I see a little hat up here. Alright, 7 Skirt and Skuld and Kurt. Missing 1 for Phoenix. 700 Moonstones. Phoenix is barely worth Moonstones. Yeah, the aura change was big. And also remember they nerfed double Phoenix. So people were iffy on going off aura a little bit. So you needed a really good hero to go off aura back then. So he's missing the last copy of Phoenix. But he has 7 copies of Kurt Skuld. I think you need Skuld first. But I'm very iffy on using Moonstones to finish Phoenix. I think that's a tough one. I would not, hey last boss, I would not use Moonstones to finish Phoenix. And I hate to say it, but I guess you start working on Skuld. I guess it's your call. You can buy your last 2 copies of Skuld and the Phoenix and just finish it off, but I don't know. That's a tough one. Is my team close to Unity? I guess it is, huh? I mean, my team is more me messing around. I can still put Themis in there. I can still put double Skuld. Skuld first for sure, then Kurt. But definitely spend all of your converts in Horde, and hopefully you get the last Phoenix. I would not recommend buying the Phoenix from here. Yes! Somebody asked about pre-idol. Alright, Miguel, so next week is a collection event, meaning you get roses just by idling. If you do not log in 8 hours prior to the reset time, and you log in right after reset time, all of the time you spent idling before that will count as idle time during the event. It basically means you get an extra 8 hours worth of idle currency. I don't think I had a 10-star Kurt when T4 came out. It worries me. This is the pre-idol is very important. It's very important for next week because it can be one try, which can be the difference between getting 2 or 4 extra. And that can be the difference in getting a hero. Should you change the position? No, this is fine. Position doesn't matter so much. If you're fighting Azathoths, you're screwed no matter what. Alright, so moving on. Daniel Kiss did not post a question. Daniel Keist. Jacob, if you want to pre-idle effectively, you give up Team Arena. Team Arena sucks, so it's no loss, honestly. It took me a long time to finish a Kurt. I know that. A really long time. Alright, Min, you are Daniel Keist. I'm also not going to do your alt. Okay, so you didn't submit a team. Huh, interesting choices. 14 Alliance 5-star from scratch is doable with 3 rounds. Might be tough. I'd get you. I think you'd get 10 plus, 14 maybe, but not sure. I think you'd get anywhere from 8 to 10 within 3 rounds without dipping into shards or anything else. Verth T3 or Veg T1, take the Verthandi. Alright, so who do you build next? Monkey King is an option. Not a great one. Phoenix is a good one. I don't know what you have. That's the problem. Detlef would be nice. Valkyrie would be nice. So Valkyrie, Phoenix, I guess Monkey King, Skuld, Kurt, Lore. Any of those are good options. But only build them if you know you can take them to T4. Good night, Drogenis. Monkey King is not a great option. Okay, so Valkyrie, Phoenix, Skuld, and Kurt, and Lore. Any of those four. Go with those. I think I struggled to get my 9th copy of Aegina as well at that time. How do you save Aegina? How can you save her? I don't know. She's really hard to save. I don't think she needs saving. The problem is just that if you want to use her, you have to really, really build around her. You need Vivienne, Watchman, Yig, Skuld. And then Aegina will do some amazing things. If you have all of those, then it's good. Yeah, so Min, skip Monkey King. Don't build Monkey King. Don't fodder him, but don't build him. God, I was thinking revive. I didn't want to say it. I think adding another revive hero, just you're opening yourself up to a lot of problems. If they just throw revives around willy-nilly, I think there's going to be a lot of problems. All right, this team would be an 8.5, so we'll give it a 7.5. You get a 7.5 because you didn't show your actual team. Should you make T4 Freya? Yes. Is it worth it to do 2 rounds of Miracle Eyes? If you want Aegina or you really need the fodder, then it's worth it. Why is Medusa so bad? Medusa T4 loses to 10 stars. She's that squishy. So it's not... It's really not up for argument, because you'll use her and she'll die, and that's it. She will not hold her own at all. Okay, we have Dinkerr. Why would you post this team? I don't think I'm gonna rate this. Hey, Speedy. I don't get it. I don't get it. I feel like... I know he's got good heroes. And I know Dinkerr is a great thinker. Dinkerr. But I don't think this is it. So we're just going to skip this. Because it's not a serious submission. What is this? Oh, wow, 126. What am I at? I think I'm at like 115. Concerned, honor, pre-calc student. I think you'll make anywhere from 8 to 10. Any more than that, you're going to need to dip into shards. Depends, or it depends on luck. Lifesteal? Lifesteal is not enough. It would help. Lifesteal would actually help her. Would help, but I don't know if it's enough. No, I think without Vivienne, I don't think this team works. All right, so next is Alright, this is Davi Vidal. Nobody will ever get Chief's Gift. Not in the current game. Not ever since they changed the keys odds. Convert on Miracle Eye, get Aegina? Yes, but you should not be converting an Undead. It's not worth it. Alright, does your positioning make sense? Finish Aegina or Freya or Phoenix first? Honestly, most people can skip Aegina at this time. So I'd finish Freya or Aegina first, or no, Phoenix first. Jackpot, I think, is impossible. I think Jackpot is designed for people that do a 10 spin every single day and refresh the wheel in between each one. And since nobody does it, I think it's impossible. I think that they had the right idea with it, but due to how the wheel works, I don't think it works. Alright, this team... Well, Lorelei is under-leveled, so I think it's a freshly built Lorelei. That makes sense. Alright, I'm going to give this team an 8.5. No, it's a 9. It gets a 9. It's not ideal, but it's a 9. Mohit, Kurt is better. Star Shards on Freya, Skuld, and Valkyrie. Gaia, Bolga, Kurt. No, that's fine. When do you drop Verthandi? You drop her if you've got higher level damage supports. Like Veg is a damage support that fits in all positions. But honestly, probably you only drop Verthandi if you've got double burst. If you have 2 of the highest end burst. If you've got Kurt plus Bale, then you'd probably drop Verthandi for different supports. Valk, I think Valk, Lore, Phoenix, Veg are better supports than Verthandi. And obviously Skuld. So if you have Kurt, Bale, Skuld, and three others of those, I think they outclass Verthandi. But Verthandi has her place. There will be some situations where she's good. So it's very hard for me to ever tell people to never build Verthandi because I think she's solid for so many people. Alright, so this was a 9, right? Yeah. Alright, we can move on. Next is Yoon 311. We don't really have a loser this week. Oh my god! What? -1 for leveled chickens. I know certain people that would give plus points for those chickens. So we'll call it a happy medium and give him 0 points for chickens. Wow. This is the same as that other guy. Was it Dark Necro Fear? That made Verthandi and then Veg? And I gave him a 7. So I think we're going to keep the 7. Really, you shouldn't have focused on 2 tanks. Detlaf is good, Lorelei is good, Freya is good. Skuld is okay, Kurt is good. But looking at his 6 stars, it's not a high level account, or not like an old player. But this was not a good choice for a second T4. And remember that Detlef's not that good before T4, so you can build him, but remember that he's going to be pretty useless until he gets to T4. Alright. Basic blue. Alright. So basic blue wants to replace Bale, Fodder, Ripper, and Drill. Okay. I don't know about foddering Ripper, to be honest. Bale replaces Detlef easily. Easily. Detlef is trash at this point. Detlef is so trash at this point in the game. Did he submit last time? No, he didn't. He did not. Hi, Putra. I mean, I don't see his name. Did I just write basic? I didn't. I didn't, right? Yeah, no. He didn't submit last time. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Aside from Detlef, the team is okay. You've got a decent amount of damage. Not amazing, not terrible. The Drow is great healing. I can give this an 8. Yeah, Basic Blue came on to pull, but I don't think he submitted. Alright, we'll give him an 8. I think this is a solid starter team. So replace Bale with, or replace Detlef for Bale. And I suggest you rethink Ripper, because Ripper is actually a very good early T4. I don't know how high a priority I would give him, but just keep him around, just in case. If you have to make him your first T4, it's not the worst choice. Let's just say that. Alright, let's go for Crow next. Wait, didn't Crow take Biggest Loser one time? I feel like I gave Crow a roll. Kudo. I'm iffy on having Verthondia's tank before 8 stars, but okay. Now when I think Kudo, now I'm thinking of Cardcaptor Sakura. So right now I'm thinking 8, 8.5. I'm trying to think if it's good enough for an 8.5. I think 8. It's not a bad team. I think it's pretty solid. You're basically stuck waiting for copies on anything. But one good miracle event and this Verthondia and Freya will have great progress. So, oh, only level 199. All right. Hexen, he's got a tank, he's got a top-end healer, and he's got a very acceptable damage dealer. These 3 heroes alone. This tank is iffy. It's a little bit weak. But Vivienne's very strong at this point, or at all points, and Ripper is a very acceptable early damage dealer. So these two kind of carry the team, honestly. The back 3 or whatever. Medusa's in a whatever. Oh, she's so under-leveled, she's like not even there. But yeah, Ripper's fine at this point. Alright. Wait. Okay, user 2000 did not submit last time. What did he say? He said he has 6 bales. Should you buy one with Moonstones and pull 2 rounds to T4 him? It doesn't look like you're a strong believer in pulling for new heroes, so yeah, I'd say go for it. Xbl-Dash, you had Hester T4? Yeah, I knew there was something. So this must be a new account then. So if you're going to use Bale, replace Phoenix or Lorelei. Either one. Either one is fine to replace. Probably Phoenix, because Lorelei makes your team a little bit more defensive. Should you start on Honor yet? Okay, you're at 7. So you may be at 8. Second familiar depends on how strong you split your teams. If you're splitting it 4-4, yes, work on the second familiar. If you're splitting it 6-2, then don't bother yet. You can probably push off the second familiar for a little while. So that's going to be your call. I don't know how you plan. See, if you split 6-2, you're pretty much guaranteed to beat anybody as long as you place your teams right. If you split it 4-4, it gets kind of chunky right there. It's not as easy to guarantee that you beat everything on offense. Because if they also have 4-4, then you struggle on offense. But if you have 6-2, you're amazing on offense and terrible on defense. So it's, yeah, pretty much depends on how you want to play Honor. Alright, so this team, this is a 9.5. Man, 9.5 doesn't mean anything anymore. It basically just means Kurt Scold. Alright, this is... Wait, this isn't your team. Alright, so Zondamain submitted this, but this isn't his team, so we will skip him. Alright, next is Asphalt. It's okay, I recovered quickly. Going for T4 Lorelei next, building up Kurt to change Aegina. We don't need to see it. No one needs to think about that team. Okay, how many am I at, by the way? 16, 20, 25. Oh, I only have like 10 left. All right. So this team in its current state gets an 8.5. Maybe an 8. No, I can give it an 8.5. No, it gets an 8. You don't have enough damage. You do not have enough damage. Lorelei will help, I guess, but... Alright, fine. This is the troll team. But remember that we are not scoring this team. So if it was posted on Reddit, then so be it. But... Alright. So, Hexen, you get an 8. If you replace... Who do you replace? Kurt to replace Aegina, then it goes up to a 9. That's kind of ridiculous. But then, the other thing is, if you think about it, this guy might have this team in the first month of the game. When you consider that it takes people like 6 months to get to their first T4, maybe 4 months, and this guy is running away #1 until then, he's got to have a decent... He's got to get something decent by that time. And even if your first T4 is a Valk, he's going to kill you. He'll have 6 T4s by the time you have 1. He'll kill you. Okay. Nima. Personal choice. 6-2 better offense, 4-4 better defense. And somebody did say that you can split it up. So you can set 4-4 on defense and then attack with 6-2, because that works. But you got to try it out. It depends on how good your 4-4 does. Honestly, it doesn't matter too much, because no matter how you split it, people will beat you just by changing around their teams. So it really does not matter either way. It's just that 4-4 can't beat 4-4. But 6-2 can beat 6-2. 6-2 can beat 4-4 and 6-2. Most of the time. Alright. Mascot. Yeah? 2 tanks means you're 4-4. It means that they need a really good 6 team to beat it. So if they have a 6 team with Kurt, you're pretty much screwed. Okay, did I open the second one? Alright. Ah, why? So I think your 4-4 defense would be pretty solid. And especially if you've got Bale. You've got a 4 with a tank and Kurt and a 4 with tank and Bale. There's high risk of people losing accidentally unless they come in with a full high-end burst team. Alright. Who do you make T4? Wait, what? Why did you ask for first? You've already got one. Valk's speed is better. If you're going to make a burst team, you want Valk's speed. Alright, so focus on Freya and then Lorelei, and you have pigeonholed yourself by doing this. Not great. So I guess this would be an 8 team minus 1 point. So we'll give it a 7. Level up order. I'd say Freya, then Reaper, then Lorelei. Depends on your progress. Probably Freya to 280, Lorelei to 280, and then just kind of even it out from there. But the fact that you took them both to T1 is like, why? Why did you do that? But at least he didn't buy a hero. So props to you for not doing that. Nan, new accounts don't benefit as greatly from pulling for new heroes because they're untested, and if they turn out not to be good, then you've invested a significant amount of resources into something that you cannot use for a long time. So it depends on how much you want to gamble. Because remember that as a level 93, it's going to be hard enough for you to get 9 copies of a good hero. It's going to be even harder to get one of especially an Undead, which you will never convert in. So unless you're ready to take some significant risk on your account, you probably should skip the Undead. Alright, next is going to be Munu. Wait. I think he submitted all his pictures twice. Okay. One Lundberg, one Phoenix. Huh. Okay. Okay. Not bad, actually. Not bad. This is the right time to build Kurt, too. His damage could be a little bit low, but it's not terrible. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. He bought a hero. He bought a hero. I was going to give you an 8.5. He should have bought lore skin? Why? I don't think he got the lore. I don't think he's bought 5 skins yet. Well, he wouldn't do bad from the Phoenix or the Skuld having energy. I mean, okay, fine. Fine. I guess the Star Shards doesn't help him enough in this case. If he bought Skuld and it was the final copy for T4, then it's okay. If it wasn't, we got problems. But since he's not here to defend himself, we are going to assume the best. Oh, you're right. He has the Phoenix skin. Why is it that I look at this skin and I don't even notice it? Well, judging how low level this Lorelei is, I guess he bought the Phoenix skin a long time ago then. I don't like the Phoenix skin. She looks like she's high. She totally looks like she's high. Alright, so I'll give this an 8. 8.5? No, I'll give it an 8.5. I think you've got enough support that you will hold your own against a lot of teams. I think by having these 3 heroes, you can keep the Dettlaff alive. The lore skin would have been a better purchase, yes. But if he didn't have the lore, Dark Best, can they make another cat skin? Shoed Mel is already the cat. I don't think you should finish Aegina though. I would suggest working on the Freya instead as the 6th. Alright, so next is Destiny 57. Last boss, you want that stupid looking blue samurai Zexanoth? What is going on here? Alright, Destiny 57 has lost a lot of points for having T2 Kurt, T3 Skuld, and a T1 Veg. Alright, so this team would get probably an 8.5 only because the Kurt's not finished, and without Kurt the rest of the damage is unreliable. Is Veg better than Firth? He enables burst better than Verth, or he fits better in burst than Verthandi, but Verthandi fits fine too. So at that point it's more min-maxing, and Veg offers a little bit more defensive as well as offensive options, which Verthandi doesn't really do as well. She enables the damage, but she doesn't give your team defensive help, and Veg does. Alright, so this team would have gotten an 8.5, I guess. Maybe, yeah, 8.5. But you lose 2 points. So, Udayanada, you get a 6.5. Even if the Kurt is finished, you have an unfinished Veg and Scald. You still lose points for those. But otherwise, it's not a bad team. Assuming it's finished, it's not bad. Detlef doesn't really fit in late end. Yeah, and the... Wait a minute. Yeah, and the Scald. So even if you finish Kurt, you've still got 2... You're still working on 2 heroes. You're still losing points for that. So finish Kurt. And then you need to finish somebody to get rid of Detlef. I guess Veg can fit. If you get Veg, I'd probably suggest tanking Veg. And putting Yig somewhere else. Wait, oh no, you bought both of them. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Wait, what language is this? That is German, I think. Alright, next is Ali 58. Is it better to have the... It depends on the rest of the team. If you've got 1 Kurt and a Scald and the rest is like Freya Aegina, then you might as well have both of them. If you have Kurt, Bale, Scald, Themis, Valk, then you'd only want 1 of them. It really there are better support heroes. Like if you have Valk, Lore, Phoenix, they're probably more useful than the Verthandi. But if you don't have any of those and you're filling up spots, then Verthandi is fine. Okay, so this is Ali 538. I think I have like 6 left or something. Ah, okay. Huh. Alright, so is Lore next? Next is Lore. Next is Kurt. If you've got a Scald, the next answer is Kurt. That's it. The answer is Kurt. So this team, which... I'll give it an 8.5. You do have Scald. Hell fodder. Hell fodder for what? Oh, dang. It looks like you're already ready to start 9-starring these for fun. Switch Scald and Det. That's kind of an anti-Azathoth thing. It helps. If you put Detlef here, now your backline is completely protected against Azathoth bubbles. But I don't think you see a lot of people making early Azathoths, to be honest. I don't think I've seen more than a handful of teams, if that have Azathoth as one of their like 3rd or 4th T4s. You just don't see it. It's not... I mean, you saw it a little bit when Azathoth first came out, but ever since then, people don't do that anymore. Maybe it's because Azathoth hasn't been an event reward in a while. Oh well. Azathoth can kill Kurt. He works very well against Kurt, yes. Alright, next is... Wait. Really? Okay. Next is Kubakia. What? I only just looked at his team, but Who should be in your team, the Bale or Phoenix at 10 stars? Oh my god. I'm assuming he bought Themis. It honestly doesn't matter who he bought. It wasn't a good idea. He might be one copy off of T4ing Themis next. Oh my god. He wants to 10-star a Phoenix or Bale next. Don't do that. Alright. First answer. First is do not 10-star anybody. Focus on making somebody T4. Ideally Themis, then Yig, then Skuld. Then I don't know what you're going to do with this Ultima. This Ultima doesn't help you at all. I mean, she helps, but she wasn't a best choice. You would really rather you build someone else. Either convert to a Valk or break her down or something. She's not good at this point in the game. Okay, let's rate his team based on the heroes. Let's start with his initial score before we start taking away points. But I think we have our winner, by the way. We didn't really have a good contender for the crown. The Ultimo is your first hero. I would have started with, I guess, an 8. 8.5 is fair, actually. But because... if we start by saying Themis wasn't completed and Skuld wasn't completed, I would go to 8. Now, if they were all T4, then we'd have different questions. But I guess as it is, we would give it an 8. Because it can beat people. Not reliably, but it can. So he had an 8. And then he loses 3 points. And he bought a hero. So you lose 4 points. No. You know what? I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give him a pass on the Yig. Because Yig was Awakening. So we'll take away 3 points. Who would he beat? I guess if he's fighting people with 4 T4s, he doesn't beat anyone. Offensively, I think you struggle then. Lore doesn't do enough damage. So Detlef kills you, Valkyrie kills you. Freya, you'd have a hard time against if she's paired with an amazing tank. Detlef completely tears you up. Because Monkey King is going to eat up Skuld's Revive. Yig doesn't taunt the front line. So the moment they have a front line anyone, this Yig is useless. That honestly makes me want to drop his score to like a 6. I was thinking I thought the Themis could do enough damage, but then I didn't realize that all of these other heroes strengthen his opponents. So we give him a 6, minus 3 points, 3. I think Kubakia, you have our crown this round. Freya to Bale? No, you should keep your Freya. Freya is amazing for PvE. Alright, so Kubakia, you got a 3. Making the Themis T4 would raise you up to a 4. Oh god, and he has Vinci. Oh well. Oh well, you can't fix every decision. I hope you haven't invested too heavily in this familiar, because it is the worst. It is the worst familiar. All right. How many do I have left? 1, 2, 2 more. Hey, I only have 2 more. All right, let's do this. Linus, you are the last one, actually. But Kubakia is in a contender for the crown. My goodness. All right. This team is 8.5. This is a good team. Oh, he's got Kurt. Why aren't you using Kurt? Even at 295, this Kurt is amazing. You're using this super under-leveled Lorelei over an almost max-leveled Kurt? Wait, why do you have all these? Oh my god, I didn't even see these. Alright, Jason. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. You gave me your bag, and your bag just cost you 3 points. What do you mean pre-T4? T4 came out all at once. The fact that you chose to make all these heroes T1 will cost you dearly. Alright, we'll skip the Yig, so it costs you 2 points. So you lose 2 points for this. So, you gave me your team with Kurt, but unfortunately, you didn't post that one. So, no BIOS because the rest of the heroes are all T4. So if we assume that he's working in progress on, let's say, the Phoenix, then you lose 2 for Mars and Monkey King. Because everyone else is T4. You can only work on one hero at a time. That's why your second and third is the points that you lose. So we'll ignore Yig, and we'll take away 2 points for any 2 of these heroes. Piero, what was your Discord name? Alright, so this team, I'm not counting the Kurt because you didn't submit the Kurt. This is an 8.5 team. If it had Kurt, it would be a 9, but you didn't submit that. So it was an 8.5 minus 2 points, 6.5. Themis or Bale next? Definitely Bale. His second honor team is going to be embarrassing looking, that's for sure. See, but Jason, you just convicted yourself right there. Why would you make Mars T1 and Monkey King T1 at the same time if you were going to focus on Monkey King? Piero, I did not see your team. I think you submitted before the stream started. Let me go back and look. Yeah, you did. I don't see your post at all today. So you didn't even submit before the stream started. You just didn't submit at all. Am I pulling for Bale? No, I'm skipping for Bale because I'm going to be pulling for the new Undead, who most likely will come out next round. Most likely. Unknown. But that's my bet. Is that the new Undead comes out next keys. Nope, that would be an 8.5 team. Alright, Lindbergh, let's see if your team is as bad as you think it is. What the? Why did you give me your Moonstone shop? I don't need that. Alright. Alright, Lindbergh. I don't see any problems with this team, honestly. This is an 8.5 team. And you bought an artifact first. This is an 8.5 team. This is great. This is a great start. You may or may not want to change Freya into a different line, just so that she doesn't get hit by the same skills that hit Verthandi. But that only matters if you're fighting like Rippers, Monkey Kings. That's about it, actually. I'm not sure who else hits only one line. Lindbergh? Nobody makes Lindbergh as an early T4. That I know of. That I've seen. Lindbergh is too hard to get to make an early T4. Actually, so is Monkey King. So, really, Ripper is the only one that it would matter against. So you can potentially put Freya in back, but it's not a major decision at this time. Some people would prefer to, if you're going to do this, at least put Phoenix between the two, so that if they kill Verthandi, you've got a little bit of buffer before they reach Freya. No, this is a great team. Wolf Rider. Yeah, people definitely don't build Wolf Rider as an early T4. Definitely not. Alright, so your priority would be Vivienne, Valkyrie, Phoenix, Detlef, any of those three. Hey, Jova. No, so you've got 4 choices. Viv, Valk, Phoenix, Detlef. Maybe save Skuld for a little bit later. Alright. Alright, are we done? I think we're done. That is all of them. That should be 35 if Drogenis' count was right. Let me make sure. 32? 32? No, that's not right. 30. Is it 33? Yeah, it's 33. Because I discounted I'd skipped Dinkerr and I skipped the troll one. You're Ali. Alright, let me see what team was. Should you finish Lorelei or Kurt? Oh, if you have that option, take Kurt. I thought that Lorelei was already set, but if you can change to Kurt next, then you should definitely Kurt next. Linus, if you need Moonstones to finish Valkyrie, just make Detlef first. Andy, definitely go Kurt. Kurt's better. Alright. That'll be all for me tonight, guys. Tomorrow will be community... Oh, no, am I? Yeah, okay. Since I'm not pulling, it's okay. Tomorrow will be community pulls for Bale. If people are interested, I can pull 1 round on my Chinese alt. So, if we don't have a lot of people pulling, I can pull 1 round. Alright, guys, that will be it. Thanks for watching tomorrow's community keys, and we will see you then. We did 33 teams today, and probably could have done a few more, but that's alright. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you next time.